Hey everybody, it's Kat from How to Draw Cool Stuff. Today I want to show you how to make these adorable paper towel flowers into little roses. It's a little bit past Valentine's Day, and these would have been perfect for that. But I'm going to show you how to do them now, because you never know when you might need a flower. All you need is a regular paper towel. Rip off a little section. And your watercolors. Get these watercolors nice and saturated with a lot of water. Liquid watercolors work really well for this project as well, with pipettes. If you have small hands and you want to try this project with little ones, squeezing out some colors with pipettes is really great for those fine motor skills. And doing this on watercolor paper, on this paper towel, is a great lesson in absorbency as well. So all you want to do is saturate your brush with paint, just touch it on there and let it spread. I'm going to try some analogous colors, or monochromatic different shades. These are more analogous. Analogous colors are two colors that are next to each other on the color wheel that are of similar shade. And I'm just letting them run into one another to create this interesting organic pattern that's just forming on its own. Check out how it spreads too. Pull this into science class and talk about absorbency, colors spreading, blending. There's a lot of science behind this as well. So what you want to do is fill this up and then let it dry. Throw some extra colors in there, see what they look like. You can use any colors you want. So let it dry. Takes about an hour or so if you could find a nice heater to put it on. Set it aside. I have one that's already dry that we can work with. My newly turned 3-year-old twins helped me with this one. Take your scissor and cut it in half the long way. Then find yourself a pencil or a straw or a pipe cleaner. Usually something that's a little bit stiffer works well. And you're going to take this and fold down just one edge. This is going to be the top of the rose. So if you fold it down a little bit and then a tiny bit of glue, just run it along this edge so you could fold it over. It'll help give it a little bit of stiffness and a more formalized, finished look to it. Just give it a little press. Same thing here. I like to give it a fold first and then run the glue along it, along the line. Like so. Give it a little fold, and now you're ready to begin the process of making your rose. So I start at an angle, like so, and I start to wrap it around the edge. But since I'm at an angle, it's not going to wrap perfectly straight, so it's good if I do a little bit of gathering and pinching at the bottom. You don't want a perfect wrap, because then it'll be very cylindrical and it'll be a little too perfect. So I'm just scooting down some of this a little bit. You could also crumple up your paper towel first. So that's one layer. I'm going to take a little bit of tape and just secure it to the bottom of this straw. You don't have to. I like to do it because in case I fumble a little bit. So already we're starting to look a little bit like a rose. Take your next one and pick up where we left off. At an angle. And then gather it with your fingers as you roll it around. Let's start a little higher. If you don't like how it's coming out, you can always readjust. Secure it with a little bit of tape. Try and be neat with this part because the tape won't be hidden. See if you can make a nice tight wrap. Nice and clean to the edge, that would look good. And then you can sort of fluff it out to make these look like petals. You could mess around with this all day, but try not to unravel it as you do it. And then finally, if you wanted to do a little bit more too, you could get a green piece of paper to add some leaves. I'll fold this in half so I can get 2 leaves out of one cut. I like to leave a little bit of an area so I could tape it to my leaf. And then a little teardrop shape. Or a raindrop, whatever you like to call it. Pointy at one end, thicker at the other. I have 2 leaves. Take a little piece of tape, stick it on, wrap it around, bend it down. Whoop, sorry for that. Nice little curve. And there you have it. You do several of these and put them together and make a bouquet. You could have a nice, lovely homemade gift for someone to put on their desk and they won't wilt. I hope you enjoyed this fast tutorial. Check in again with Kat and how to draw cool stuff.